Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Frank Gallup, a friend of the family, here from radio's leading tenor, James Melton, and from William Primrose, the world's finest viola player. Now, you'll pardon my enthusiasm, I'm sure, when I say that I don't believe Mr. Goodman has ever put together a program richer than this one in color and grace. It begins now with Patrice, and in a double sense, with all my heart.
Singing and winging their way to my love. With all my heart I long for you. I wait to make a song for you. Each bird like a bird flying home to you alone. With all my heart I call to you. I live to give it all to you. Each
celebrated softball player, jalopy collector, ex-saxophonist, Connecticut squire, radio star, Metropolitan Opera principal, scholar, gentleman, and tenor, Mr. James Melton. I hope my introduction was sufficiently inclusive, James. Did I forget anything?
Why, yes, you did, Mr. Gallup. You sort of forgot to mention that I'm also a notary public. Old joke. Very old.
Yes, very old joke, James.
Well, you see, I like old jokes. I like old jokes, old cars, old songs, old friends, and young Patrice Monsell.
Well, we'll give you a chance to elaborate on that idea a little later. Right now, it occurs to me that I also neglected to mention that just this week, James Melton was awarded an honorary degree, Doctor of Music, by his alma mater, the University of Florida. Dr. Melton sings for us the familiar serenade based on Rudolf Frimmel's chansonette.
The fair senorita
song in the air. So I'll sing to the mule, if you're sure she won't think that I am just a fool, serenading a mule. Amigo mio, does she not have a dainty bray? She listens carefully to each little tune you play. La bella senorita, si si mi muchachita, she'd love to sing it too if only she knew the way. But try as she may, in her voice there's a flaw, and all that the lady can say is Senorita, don't you see, not so fleet as a mosquito, but so sweet like my Chiquita, you're the one for me. There's a light in her eye, though she may try to hide it, she cannot deny. There's a light in her eye. Oh, the charm of her smile, so beguiled Don Diego that he rode a mile. Oh, the charm of her smile. Amigo mio, is she listening to my song? No, no, mi muchachito, how can you be so wrong? La bella senorita, si, si, mi muchachita, she'd love to sing it too if only she knew the way. Her face is a dream, like an angel I saw. But all that my darling can scream is Senorita, don't you see, not so sweet like a mosquito, but so sweet like my Chiquita, you're the one for me.
To any artist, it must be a supremely satisfactory sensation to know that in the opinion of his fellow craftsmen, he is the best man in the world at his particular art. That high happiness has come to our second guest today, William Primrose, regarded by musicians from Toscanini down as the world's finest violist. Some of us perhaps are a little hazy about the exact difference between a violin and a viola. I was myself before I looked it up. The viola, seldom heard as a solo instrument, is technically a tenor violin, deeper and richer in tone than the familiar fiddle. Coming between the violin and the cello in the family of strings, it is tuned 5 notes lower than the violin, and is a 7th larger in physical size. Mr. Primrose's viola is a priceless Amati, centuries old. On it now, he plays for us Fritz Kreisler's Liebeslied. This melody, which shortly will serve to bring together the voices of Patrice Munsell and James Melton, is part of an opera about an artist and a seamstress. Written by the last of the great Italian opera makers, it celebrates the love of Mimi for her Rudolph in a bohemian setting. Paris in the long-lost days when artists really lived as artists are still popularly supposed to live, in garrets, in velvet jackets, and in love. The composer, Puccini. The opera, La Bohème. The song, Oh, Lovely Maiden. The singers, Patrice Munsell and Dr. James Melton.
Suave fanciulla, o dolce vita di mite gira con augusta la parola. Intera viso, il sogno che c'è freddo fuori.
Ti sarò vicino.
E al ritorno
Curiosa,
dammi le braccia mia vicino.
obbedisco, Signor.
Che m'ami
Io t'amo.
Because the family's letters have asked for it again and again, and because the combination of James Melton and songs by Grieg seemed such a good one, Al Goodman brings us once more his medley of music from Song of Norway. On stage, Mr. Melton, Patrice Munsell, Jack Smith, and Milton Rettenberg at the piano.
Once long ago, long ago, mid these hills dwelled a maid. Mark you well, for the maiden's name was Norway, and she, like any little maid, laughed at the love of a man with a beard so gray, and gaily danced away. He sang a stormy serenade. She merely laughed and mocked his song. Norway mocked the north wind song of love, I can't dance, you can't dance, but let's admit we're definitely dancing. That it's a phenomenon nobody doubts, yet it's very common on nights hereabouts. Freddie and his fiddle are at it in the square. Freddie and his fiddle make anybody dance, make everybody dance, make all the people dance. Freddie never studied, he said he never studied, and he couldn't tell a scale from a whole note time. Freddie wouldn't know so, but he's a virtuoso. When he pulls a horse's tail across a cat's inside, he'll make a baker dance, an undertaker hop, he'll make a preacher prance, and never let him stop. He can't stop, and we can't stop, for something in the melody compels us. We are just a couple of slaves to his whim, lucky to be supple of muscle and limb. Freddie and his fiddle will keep it up until we get unsteady in the middle. From wear and tear, Freddie and his fiddle are at it in the square. Whispering trees, the summer winds are sighing, the leaves are lullabying, violins are all around you. I can hear the chords resound of sounding brass that seems to say, I found you, I found you, I found you. Strange music in my ears, only now as the spheres. Could its lovely hum be coming from my heart? You appear, and I hear songs sublime, songs that I'm incapable of. So, dear, let me hold you near, while we treasure every measure, so that time can never change the strange new music of Oui, madame.
Merci, monsieur, and please enlighten me, monsieur. What makes the world keep turning?
Ah, madame, you pose a ticklish question there.
Indeed?
Happily, however, quite within my comprehension, astronomic forces have been brought to bear,
Indeed?
causing it to spin around in infinite dimension. And do you not agree, madame?
No, monsieur.
May we, madame? Then you enlighten me, madame. What makes the world keep turning?
The world I live in develops time, words in jelly and words in rhyme. The world I live in becomes propelled by whose two arms I am held in.
Charming point of view, madame. Indeed, madame. Proceed, madame. And you can't dance, but let's admit we're definitely dancing. That is a phenomenon nobody does, yet it's very common on nights hereabouts. Freddie and his fiddle are at it in the square,
Freddie and his fiddle make anybody dance.
Music in my ear, only now as you spoke did it start. Strange music of the dear, but it's lovely hum coming from
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.